Hello everyone, this is B. This is the middle of the night and a new episode of the Clone Wars just dropped, so I have to do it right now. This time is the season 7, episode 10, the Phantom Apprentice. Of course, that reminds us of the Phantom Menace at the Twilight of the Apprentice. I guess it's basically the two combined together, but let's see what's going on this time. So we're starting with the red logo and of course the neon green Lucasfilm logo at the beginning. I guess a continuation of the last time. I think they're planning to edit them together as a movie in the end, which I really hope that will happen.
I imagine we have Skywalker, is it?
Master Kenobi had
Everyone's like, oh, there's Kenobi and there's Skywalker. It happens in so many conversations in Clone Wars, it's almost funny right now.
And the Jedi and the Republic will no longer be the controlling interest.
Does he know about the Order 66?
and who will be.
Is this just like figuratively saying or...
Darth Sidious.
Oh, so he knows about the plan and he knows the timing, I think. Is he like a distraction? To plan to distract Kenobi anyway. And so Palpatine can like seduce Anakin back to the light side. That's interesting. That he actually knows.
Without Maul in custody, this could all fall.
That's Obi-Wan.
We must capture.
Holy shit, with his...
He mentioned a name.
He looks like the end of episode 3.
Who is this?
Like when he's holding Luke. Oh my
I
god.
do not know much, but I will. Though any chance of learning more about Sidious from Dooku has
This
been
is after Dooku's been killed.
lost, because Count Dooku is dead. Anakin killed him while
Oh,
rescuing the Chancellor.
this is already
If
in
Dooku gone,
episode
we've lost a
3.
vital link to understanding the mystery of Darth Sidious. Ahsoka, the Council isn't always right. That's why I'm asking for your help.
Sorry to interrupt, but there's
No, 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 continue talking.
You had best go.
Anakin.
I will.
Not even I was made aware of its grand design. But I played my part.
Oh, he didn't know at the beginning, but he knows right now.
I was cast aside. I was forgotten.
I'm not sure like at what point he gets to know about Order 66. Like before he was killed by Obi-Wan or like after he found out.
To it that the Prime Minister.
there was someone else he was interested in.
Anakin?
Who?
I felt like he was talking about Anakin, but because Vader and everything else, but if it's Luke, it also makes sense. Ish? If we think about what happened to Rebels, he kind of knows about what Kenobi's are looking after. But that's a little unlikely, we'll see.
One step behind.
Oh, his apprentice, I'm pretty sure he's talking about Anakin right now. He's probably want to control Vader to kind of revenge Sidious, I guess. Jeez, Sam Witwer really did a good job with this Maul, like from the mad one, the spider legs, to Twin Sun, to this. He's just amazing. I wonder if this is leading up to
The people will
the
not
Night
stand
of
for it.
Thousand Tears.
I will not stand for it.
So if he's after Anakin, he's definitely curious about Anakin's ex-Padawan, right? I feel like he probably want to capture Ahsoka to lure Anakin here.
In the shadows, always, but soon.
This dialogue, this back and forth, is reminding me a lot of the Twilight of the Apprentice.
Your help.
It's not exact dialogue, it's just a way that it's constructed, the way it's told. It just reminds me a lot of that episode, not just between Ahsoka and Maul, also Ahsoka and Vader.
But together, you and I can.
Interesting. Huh.
Every choice you have made has led you to this moment.
Maul is really always looking for a Padawan. He tried Ahsoka, he tried Ezra. Well, he also had Savage, I mean. Maybe he just want a friend. That was the most amazing shot ever.
But to bring balance to the Force?
To destroy. He has long been groomed for his role as my master's new apprentice.
You lie.
If she was doubting for like all 19 or like less 15, 16 years,
I see the
that sucked.
needs
Here goes a mocap. Ah. I feel like you can clearly see the mocap. Whoa,
You're lucky
that's a
Anakin
nice
didn't
trick.
show up. Obi-Wan was right. You are difficult to kill.
I love the setting and they're just fighting on the roof with, oh my gosh. You can definitely see like the physicality of Ray Park's fighting style. It's different from previous seasons when he was just animated, I guess. The movements is definitely more natural and it just feels like him. What? No! He'd rather die.
You don't know what you're doing!
Now go pick up your lightsabers. You're not allowed to lose them. What a shot! Oh my gosh. Oh my. What an episode! Okay, wow, that was a great journey. It picked up directly from where we left off last time, so I definitely feel like it's gonna be like a huge movie. I really hope they could like edit it into one movie and maybe air it in the cinema when everything's better. Maybe this Christmas, I guess. There are people like saying this on Twitter, and I definitely agree. I'm not regretting watching this episode by episode, week by week, but I would definitely enjoy just binge watch all of them together as a complete work. Whew, that was great action, great development, and just the visual is so beautiful. Man, I can't praise it enough. Okay, there is something I want to talk about first. Last time I didn't look at the credits, and only later I realized the Rogue cast was voiced by Vanessa Marshall. It's the Mandalorian with color hair, reminds me a lot of Sabine Wren. Well, the voice actress is also Hera from Rebels. That's interesting. Seeing that. I heard that she's actually, Rook cast is actually the inspiration for Sabine. That's interesting thing to know about. Maul knows about Order 66. He says he was not planned to know it. He was not made to know it, but he get to know it in the end. I'm not sure if this is referred to like before he was killed by Obi-Wan or after, but he definitely knows at this point. He knows something's gonna happen to the clones and to the Jedis. I don't think he's trying to stop it. He wants revenge. He wants revenge to Sidious personally, and he really doesn't care about the Jedi, which is interesting. He asked Ahsoka for help. I wonder why he never do things alone. Every time he wants revenge to Sidious, he wants revenge. He asks someone. He has to find a companion. He asks Savage. Savage died tragically. He asked Ahsoka here, and later on it's Ezra. He just needs someone, a Padawan. I was joking about he needs a friend maybe, but also I feel like he wants to have control over someone, to have the power, having like a Padawan kind of role person beside him, make him feel in control and powerful, and probably is something with his like confidence, or he just not sure he can do it alone. That's interesting about his personality, I guess. He just needs someone with him. He's definitely lonely, as he was trained to be this Padawan, this apprentice to I've been saying Padawan, but I mean apprentice. This apprentice to Sidious for most of his life before Obi-Wan happened, and later on he just wants revenge. He lived a tragic life. He lives a terrible life. He's trapped in his emotion. He's this circle of I want revenge. I need to find someone. I need to find some power. I need to be strong, and I need revenge. He's just in this circle. He couldn't get out. Maybe until the last moment of when he's lying in the arms of Obi-Wan. I hope he had a moment of clarity, and he's like, oh, this is the end. This is me. Maybe he knows it's fruitless. Maybe he knows someone will do it for him. He will avenge us. It's still about revenge, but I think at the moment he's a little different from most of his life. And he talks about the vision of Skywalker. At first, I wasn't sure he was talking about Luke or Anakin, because I was just thinking about twin sons so much, and I was like, at the end he knows about Luke, but definitely here he is talking about Anakin and him becoming Vader. He becomes apprentice to Sidious. So he wants to control Skywalker. I think he wants Kenobi to be here and Anakin to be here. I guess his plan is interrupted again by Sidious, because it was only because of Sidious' capture by Dooku that both of them actually left Mandalore. Sorry, Maul, that's just bad luck. There's a conversation between Obi-Wan and Ahsoka talking about Anakin, which is very almost sad to hear this. I feel like this is probably the last conversation between Obi-Wan and Ahsoka before Order 66, or before like everything ever. I'm still hoping that maybe they actually know about each other's survival in the end, but we never know. Well, in the Ahsoka book, Ahsoka doesn't know about either Obi-Wan or Anakin, but the book is kind of like not so canon anymore, because they changed a lot of things in this story arc, and they also said like this this series of these 4 episodes has higher importance than the book. In the book, she had the green and yellow lightsaber from before, but this one, these 2 are blue, made by not made, but like improved by Anakin. So there are so many differences, so I wonder if it's gonna end the same way. And she lost her lightsabers here. She lost them. That wasn't supposed to happen. Like, according to the book, actually I don't know if I should just talk about it, because it might be a spoilers, but they talk about what happened to her lightsabers in the book after Order 66. And I actually really like that version. This one is definitely just changed everything. If she lost her lightsabers here, I don't know how she's gonna survive Order 66. There's a conversation between Maul and Ahsoka. They're talking about Anakin, and Maul is basically telling Ahsoka that Anakin is gonna become an apprentice to Sidious, which Ahsoka definitely doesn't believe Maul, of course. She thinks it's a plan, it's a distraction, but could she ever doubt that? Like, in the following years, until the encounter in space on the spaceship when they sense each other. Could that be like somewhere in her mind, the corner of her mind for all those years? She might be thinking, is Maul talking about the truth? That would be torture. I don't think she would believe it until it happened, but just to have a piece of that knowledge in her head must hurt, I guess. But she has a lot of faith in Anakin, so I just want her to be like happy and relaxed, but that's not gonna happen in the following years, I guess. Also, it's interesting that Obi-Wan contact Ahsoka, not Anakin. I mean, we know that Anakin is on his special mission, and Ahsoka definitely see that the council is not happy about it. Obi-Wan is not happy about it. Obi-Wan's like, the council is not always right. The thing is about Obi-Wan is like, he has his doubts, he has his thinking, he has a lot of things on his mind, but he just never opens up. He doesn't talk about it to Anakin. He just be like, oh, Anakin, do this. When Anakin's doubting the council, Obi-Wan was doubting it too, but he just doesn't show. I feel like if he had like a heart-to-heart with Anakin, their relationship might be a lot better, and maybe, just maybe, they will not end up the way they were like on Mustafar. But it just hurts so much to think about it. There's a scene before the fight between Ahsoka and Maul that they were standing in the hall, the throne room, and the glass just shattered into pieces, and there's a slow-mo, like the Matrix, the like camera just moves around and the glass is like froze in the middle of the air. That was so beautiful, so greatly done. That was definitely one of my favorite shots in the whole Clone Wars series. Like, something like similar to this before is when it's right after Satine was killed. Obi-Wan was standing at the hatch door, and it opens, and outside it just wars and like people fighting each other, like fire powers all around. That moment is so powerful in a way that Obi-Wan is just standing there, see all like Satine has built for years just shattered in front of his eyes. This moment is like the same, is a peace. I guess they didn't really have peace for like quite some time, but it's a moment of like everything just lose control, and they are ready to fight. They are ready to face what's coming next. That was such a beautiful shot. I praise the animation team. I can't praise it enough. Like, guys, you guys did a great job. And the mocap fight. I wasn't sure Ahsoka was like mocap or not, but apparently, according to the credits, yes. I really like this performance. You can see, like, if you compare this fight sequence to whatever before, when Maul was fighting maybe Obi-Wan and Asajj, you can see the difference between their movements. Key animations can be a lot, like, you can see the people are like lighter, they have almost no weight, they have very flexible, and they just have some fast movements that could be done in reality. It was very pretty to look at, but it was not necessarily the best, like, in terms of being real. And here, using the mocap, they're really giving weight to these people, and you can see like the impact of each fight, each action, like the forward, backward, the defensive force applying to every part of your body, the muscle movement. That's a lot different from key animation. And having both parties being mocap, that definitely improved how real it felt. Especially with Ray part, because we know how he fights from the Phantom Menace. And it's just amazing to see him doing the fight sequence again, doing the movements. Just amazing. And Ahsoka Tano's performance with mocap is very surprising, because she was very lightweight and she was very fast-paced, almost like the key animation before. But knowing that it is mocap definitely makes sense, because when you do mocap, you need someone to align the movements of the choreography, I guess. That was a great performance by both of them. I really enjoyed the fight a lot. I wish this we can see more. I doubt we're gonna see more like lightsaber fights between these two in the next two episodes. I have a feeling that we are going to the Order 66 next, but it was definitely a pleasure to see the mocap fight. I wish we could see more. Okay, that's basically everything I have right now, like after the first watch. I'm definitely gonna watch it again and pick up the details I didn't notice the first time. And maybe I'll talk about it with my friend later. We'll see how his schedule works out. But this is an amazing 2 episode. I can't wait for what's going to happen next. And yeah, that's it. See you guys next week. Thank you for the support. If you can leave a comment, a like, or like subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. I'm just starting this channel and I'm very new to everything. And anything will help, honestly. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.